We're navigating through the Van Allen belt. Gravity hasn't yet taken hold. It begins around 62 miles above Earth's surface.
He carried a name steeped in legend. His father, whose name was also Enlil, was the mighty chief god who led the Anunnaki from Nibiru to Earth 450,000 years ago. Now, Enlil captained the Anu's Hope Anunnaki on a mission that would shape the future of both worlds, as his father had once shaped the destiny of gods and mortals.
The Van Allen belt is a zone of energetic, charged particles from the solar wind, trapped by the third planet's magnetic field. It's split into two belts, an inner belt of protons and an outer belt of electrons.
Like his father before him, Nergal bore a name steeped in Anunnaki legend. This legacy began 450,000 years ago, when the first Nergal arrived from Nibiru to rule cities such as Kutha, Eridu, and Larsa. Known as the god of war, death, and disease, and called Enlil Banda for his authority over the dead, Father Nergal's presence still lingered in every command. Now, his son carried on a formidable reputation, a key figure among the Anunnaki, and a master of both strategy and myth.
These particles can pose significant risks to spacecraft, damaging electronics and threatening crew health. Brace yourselves. We're entering Earth's outer orbit.
Look at all this space junk. It's like a cosmic junkyard.
The crew's most dynamic adventurer, Ninsun, had infectious enthusiasm and sharp instincts that often led them to discoveries others might overlook.
You, there are millions of pieces orbiting Earth, from tiny paint flecks to massive rocket stages. It's a miracle we haven't collided with anything yet.
Together, the siblings' curiosity and insight kept the crew alert and inspired, ready for whatever mysteries awaited them in Earth's shadowed orbit.
We've navigated worse. Look at this, Planet 3, or what was once called Earth. A civilization that reached for the stars now lies in silence.
We'll find out why.
His voice was steady, but the weight of the mission pressed on him as he considered the fate of a vanished species. Behind him, Nergal's cold gaze lingered on the mission data, radiating authority and pragmatic resolve.
This planet was perfect for the Homo sapiens, water, sun, resources, everything they needed. It's a shame humanity couldn't preserve it.
They had their chance. Now we must decide the planet's fate.
Our mission is to evaluate what happened here. How did humans bring themselves to the brink of extinction?
This will be Earth's sixth major extinction event. The first 5 were natural disasters: asteroid impacts, volcanic eruptions, climate shifts.
Like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs?
Yes, the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction. But this time it's different. This time, humanity did it to themselves. UTU. What were the other extinction events? The first was the Ordovician-Silurian extinction, about 445 million years ago. Then came the late Devonian extinction, followed by the end Permian extinction, the Great Dying. The Triassic-Jurassic extinction occurred about 201 million years ago, and the most recent before this was the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, 66 million years ago.
And now we face the sixth extinction event, one caused by humanity's actions.
We need to understand what happened. Was it pollution, war, or something else?
Whatever the cause, we must learn from it, for the sake of Earth and any future inhabitants.
Agreed. Let's proceed with caution and uncover the truth. Most of these satellites still have charged solar panels, but no transmissions. Let's tap into these two, Landsat 8 and Worldview 3. They hold decades of Earth's history and environmental data.
I'm connecting now. Landsat 8 orbits at 438 miles, Worldview 3 at 383. Both have extensive records on land use, environmental changes, and human civilization.
Astra, can you show us the data on Earth's environmental decline?
Of course, Ninsun. Accessing historical records now.
As the crew watched, Astra began to piece together the story of a planet's rise and fall. Her digital presence was now as vital to the mission as any Anunnaki on board. UTU, Astra, how do you learn and adapt?
I use machine learning algorithms to process new information and update my knowledge base. I've become an integral part of the crew, assisting in decision-making and providing real-time data analysis.
She's more than a computer, she's a crew member.
As Astra streamed data to their consoles, the crew realized their mission wasn't about understanding Earth's past, it was about shaping a better future for whoever might inhabit the planet next.
A lot of recent Earth data was skewed and biased. Some of it wasn't true. What do you mean?
After the COVID-19 pandemic, artificial intelligence on Earth was often manipulated. Certain historical events, medical findings, and truths were erased because they didn't fit government narratives or the agendas of secret societies.
That's disturbing. How could they manipulate data like that?
During the pandemic, for example, the narrative avoided discussing herd immunity. Natural immunity was as effective as vaccines, but information was suppressed. The goal was to keep people vaccinated and isolated, giving authorities time to reshape society. Those in power wanted a compliant, collective population, not individuals who thought for themselves.
COVID-19 was like a global timeout. A pause kept everyone inside and changed the world. What about holistic doctors? I've heard they had alternative treatments.
Yes, holistic doctors were often silenced. The medical and pharmaceutical industries scrubbed the internet, removing any data that contradicted the official narrative, UTU. So, whistleblowers who spoke out were punished?
You're a fast learner, UTU. Whistleblowers, you're already picking up Earth's ways and vocabulary. UTU, it's easy with these wristbands connected to Astra.
Yes, they were removed from platforms or faced repercussions. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok became Earth's primary tools for sharing and communication. Earth's AI was weaponized to fit the prevailing narrative, suppressing individualism and critical thought. People wrote the truth, happy, sad, or controversial, but AI would alter it to sound upbeat and inclusive, matching the dominant woke culture. Only information that fit the approved consensus was allowed, shaping public perception and hiding inconvenient truths.
It's censorship. They controlled what people could see and believe.
Yes, it was a sophisticated way to shape opinion. Many truths were blocked through shadow banning. UTU, what is shadow banning? It means making certain information hard to find, not deleting it, hiding it.
How did they do it?
Simple. They pushed certain words to the bottom of search algorithms. You'd search for something, but other results would appear instead. It was a smart way to hide information without erasing it.
That's manipulative. People are being misled without realizing it.
The leaders, they, don't want the collective, the population, to unite and solve problems. Instead, they keep everyone trapped in bubbles of controlled information and endless distractions, so critical thinking never gets a chance to develop. Their goal is to keep people divided and passive. Small, isolated groups with no individualism can't challenge those in power. UTU, that's a dangerous level of control. But who are they?
The US Space Force, CIA, and NRO run many secret satellites, like the Orion Mentor series in geosynchronous orbit about 22,000 miles up, and the satellite data system in both high and low orbits. Most of their missions are secret. SpaceX owns thousands of Starlink satellites in low Earth orbit, around 310 to 340 miles above the Earth, for internet and government use, including the classified Starshield program. NASA's satellites are scientific, not for spying. The truth is, most details about these satellites, their names, orbits, and capabilities are hidden from the public. As for they, it's complicated. Some are public organizations, some private, and some are secret societies, like the Bilderberg Group, Top Families, United Nations, Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, World Bank, WHO, Club of Rome, Skull and Bones, Bohemian Grove, Rhodes Scholars, and Freemasons, to name a few.
Enough for now, Astra. The bottom line is control comes through subjugation, forcing obedience, isolation, keeping people apart, division, creating conflict, and keeping everyone busy with programmed, agenda-driven information. That's standard protocol for any civilization, on any planet.
How much floating metal is out here?
Over 100 million pieces bigger than a millimeter, and about 34,000 large enough to punch a hole in this ship.
That's from 2025 satellite data I downloaded.
Things must have gotten worse. If it's 2225 now, I bet it's triple.
Then Nergal swerved to dodge a rogue SpaceX booster rocketing by at 18,000 miles per hour.
No mistakes, not now.
Let's see what they left behind. I see 2 Amazon Project Kuiper satellites, Kuipersat 1 and Kuipersat 2.
The ship's AI sifted through the data.
Cat videos, a 15-second UFO sighting, a dog doing tricks, and someone eating a pepper.
They love spicy peppers, like canned ghost peppers. UTU, why?
Humans did a lot of things that didn't make sense.
Poetic, isn't it? UTU, they spent so much time on trivial things while their planet declined. They entertained themselves while drifting toward extinction.
Still, there's creativity and humor in their adversity.
Their videos show attention spans shrinking, just 15 seconds of news or entertainment at a time.
By 2015, the average human attention span dropped to 8.25 seconds, even shorter than a goldfish. Strange, but true.
People stared at the goldfish for 9 seconds, then both would look away.
We'll figure out what happened to their attention spans when we search the archives. UTU, did social media cause this?
But constant notifications and devices made humans switch tasks, hurting their focus. Social media are online platforms where people share photos, videos, and messages.
Life was full of distractions, work, home, and stress like the pandemic. It wasn't only technology.
It was like living in a room where noise never stopped.
That one looks like a laser weapon.
They use concentrated beams to destroy targets in space or on the ground. Those are direct energy weapons, Thor 1 and Hell's 1.
We could use both satellites for our mission.
Earth was divided by governments, each protecting itself with weapons like these.
This one's for communication, 3G, 4G, 5G, and 7G networks for faster data.
Each upgrade meant another rocket launch. To solve this, we engineered Homo sapiens, humans, to take their place as workers on Earth.
The Agigi revolted against their harsh conditions, refusing to continue the labor. When our ancestors first arrived, they brought the Agigi workers with them.
We gave them abilities but forgot a limiter switch.
When we left 2,000 years ago, they couldn't build rockets or weapons.
They've advanced far since then.
They read more logs.
The Anu's Hope, a sleek vessel outfitted with onboard laboratories, 3D printers, and a full suite of diagnostic equipment, traversed the void as it prepared for atmospheric entry. Its hull glowed from the friction of Earth's upper atmosphere, casting a fiery light across the cockpit. With better fuels and more innovative technology, they can reach the stars without destroying their world. So every rocket launch matters. If Earth's people want to keep exploring space, they need to protect their sky first. When the ozone layer thins or develops holes, more ultraviolet, UVB, radiation reaches Earth's surface. This causes serious health problems for humans like skin cancers, cataracts, and weakened immune systems. Solar winds and geomagnetic storms can damage power grids and hospitals, exacerbating the situation. Extra UVB also harms crops and marine life, threatening food chains. All these problems combine, causing people to be sicker and resources scarcer. Traditional rocket fuels like RP-1 and hydrazine are the primary culprits. Earthlings could have used biofuels made from agricultural waste or plastics, which produce less soot and carbon dioxide. Hydrogen peroxide propulsion breaks down into harmless water and oxygen. Our ship utilizes quantum plasma drives, which employ magnetic fields instead of combustion, and zero-point energy modules harness the energy of the quantum vacuum. These technologies don't harm the ozone layer at all. Burning fossil fuels like coal and oil also releases ozone-damaging chemicals such as nitrogen oxides. Rockets, including those from SpaceX, NASA, Blue Origin, and ULA, burn kerosene or methane, releasing chlorine, soot, and more nitrogen oxides into the atmosphere. Each rocket launch either creates a new hole in the ozone layer or makes an existing one bigger over the poles. Since the dawn of spaceflight and up to 2025, more than 7,185 launch vehicles have been launched, and by 2030, the total is expected to reach over 35,000 launches. Check out that huge hole in the ozone layer above Antarctica. It was caused by human emissions of chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, and halons. CFCs were used in refrigeration, air conditioning, and aerosol sprays. Pressurized cans dispensed products such as deodorant or paint. Halons, on the other hand, were found in fire extinguishers, which are devices used to put out fires in emergencies. With so many stories, fake landings, secret missions, and assassinations, it's hard to know which truth to believe. Gaddafi was killed in 2011 after a chaotic battle. Saddam Hussein survived a CIA plot in 1959 and later faced an Israeli plan in 1992. Skepticism grew, and the term conspiracy gained traction after JFK's assassination. Trust in government started to crumble. So they killed their leaders? Yes. Secret agents like the CIA, MI6, and KGB handled regime changes. Rumors spread that astronauts saw alien bases or strange lights on the real moon, which scared them away for good. Photos of desert landings surfaced, but NASA claimed those were simulations for astronaut training. Wasn't Kubrick a famous movie maker? He was. His film 2001: A Space Odyssey looked so real that some think NASA asked him to direct fake moon scenes. Before JFK, conspiracy meant a secret plan. After his assassination, the world's first big lie, the term became negative, used to discredit doubters. They hired Stanley Kubrick to fake the moon landing footage. The Apollo missions were the highlight, with Apollo 11 landing on the moon. Neil Armstrong's words inspired the world, but when NASA stopped going, skepticism grew. That skepticism fueled conspiracy theories about hidden truths and secret groups. Governments competed in space, especially the US and Russia. Her wisdom and nurturing presence grounded the crew. Look at this one. Bele, Enlil's wife and mother to Ubu and Ninsun, whose name honored the original Bele Ili, the ancient mother goddess who first came to Earth 450,000 years ago, spotted faded Korean characters. It's Cyrillic script, Russian debris. There's NASA debris too. What's that writing on it? The ship dodged a piece of debris, a fragment of a solar panel glinting in the dark. They ignored the warnings. Now solar winds disrupt electronics and even affect brains. Like kids acting strange during full moons, but this was real science. Yes, and those holes let in solar winds, charged particles from the sun, so every launch damaged their atmosphere. Tens of thousands of rockets punched a perforation in the ozone layer. Rocket launches released chemicals depleted the ozone layer, letting in harmful UV rays. All right, everyone, we're about to hit atmospheric entry. Buckle up and prepare for turbulence. This will get rough.
Don't forget to turn on the internal cooling systems.
Don't worry, kid. The ship's heat shields are indestructible.
The vessel began its descent, piercing the upper layers of Earth's atmosphere. The viewports glowed red and yellow as flames licked at the edges, a spectacular fiery display illuminating the crew's anxious faces.
Hold steady!
As the turbulence eased, a smile broke across his face.
We made it. Welcome to Earth's upper atmosphere. UTU Astra, how big is a planet's atmosphere?
Earth's atmosphere starts with the troposphere, which goes up to about 7 miles. This is where all the weather happens and where most of the air is. Above is the stratosphere, where the ozone layer sits, from 7 to 31 miles above the Earth. The ozone layer is crucial. It shields the planet from the sun's harsh ultraviolet radiation.
She projected a glowing image of the world, highlighting a ragged hole over Antarctica.
See that? The ozone hole formed when humans released chemicals called CFCs. Sunlight broke them down, and the resulting chlorine atoms destroyed ozone molecules. That's why extra radiation gets through there. Not the best place for humans, unless they are modified or alien. UTU, what comes after the stratosphere? Next is the mesosphere, from 31 to 53 miles. It's cold, meteors burn up here. Then the thermosphere, stretching from 53 up to about 375 miles. That's where auroras shimmer and where most space stations orbit. Beyond the exosphere extends to 6,200 miles, where the atmosphere fades into space. UTU. So how does all that outer space junk stay up there? It's all about speed and altitude. Space debris in low orbits, say 100 to 500 miles up, can circle Earth for 100 to 300 years before drag pulls it down. At 500 to 750 miles, debris may remain aloft for thousands of years. Anything higher could orbit for millions of years. Eventually, if nothing slows it down, it'll burn up in the atmosphere, unless it's got special heat shielding like our ship, UTU. So we're safe on re-entry? Our vessel's hull won't melt unless we fly straight into the sun, over 9,900 degrees Fahrenheit. Plus, we've got nuclear power, landing gyros, magnetic flux generators, frequency pulse shields, and more backup systems than you can count. We're ready for whatever this planet throws at us.
The silence that followed was filled only by the hum of the ship's propulsion system and the soft hiss of its cooling systems. The crew exchanged relieved glances, their faces still tense from the ordeal. With those words hanging in the air like an unspoken promise, they prepared themselves for anything that awaited them on Earth's surface. A world once full of life, now shrouded in mystery and ruin.